Hi, I'm Koetke, and today we're going to make some grilled apples stuffed with blue cheese that makes a great accompaniment to a salad. So the first thing we're going to do is prepare the apples for grilling. And I'm going to take each apple and slice it right down the middle, like so. And we want to be sure to cut it through the core as opposed to the other way around. And then what we have to do is scoop out the core out of the center of the apple. Now I'm using a sharp tablespoon measure. You can also use a melon baller or even a spoon to get in here and remove the core. And don't be afraid to cut out a bunch of the inside of that apple, because later on we're going to stuff that with the blue cheese. There's one. Let's do the other ones quickly, like so. Again, don't be afraid to scoop in there and take it all out, like so, and one more to go. And this is a really fast way of removing the inside of the apple. Now on these guys here, where you see a little bit at the ends, you just take a paring knife and we're just going to cut out a little bit of the end of the apple. And we'll do this one as well. Okay, that's step one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to marinate those apples, and we're going to marinate them in a mixture of honey. Honey is going to give them a little more sweetness. And of course you get that great honey flavor as well. And some rice wine vinegar. The rice wine vinegar is going to give us the acidity. So I mix the vinegar and the honey together. And then in goes the apples. I'm just going to take the apples, mix them around to be sure that they're completely coated. And then I let them sit for about 30 minutes. Once the apples have marinated, then I'm going to open up the grill, and on high heat, I'm going to go ahead and put the apples the cut side down first. Now remember that in that marinade you have honey also. What that means is that they're going to char very quickly, especially on the high heat that they're on right now. We're going to watch them. As soon as they start to get some grill marks, turn them 90 degrees, and then we'll flip them over. Then we take the apples. Oh, those are beautiful. We're going to turn them over. You can see how they're nicely caramelized. Again, that's the effect of the honey. Oh, those are perfect. Move them up to the front of the grill, because what I'm going to do then is take the remainder of this marinade and just sort of drizzle it on the inside of the apples. And it's going to fill up the cavity a little bit. Perfect. The problem is right now the tops of the apples are cooked, but not the bottoms, and actually most of the apple is not cooked yet. So what I'm going to do is turn down the heat, cover the grill, and it's going to take about 5 minutes to make those apples nice and soft. The apples are done. You can sort of start to see that the peel changes color and gets kind of autumn colors a little bit. They're perfect. And then what you can do is just give them, careful because they're hot, a little bit of a squeeze. And the apples should have some give to them. They shouldn't be rock hard, but they shouldn't be falling apart either. It's finding that middle ground that's important. Then take some blue cheese. We're going to put the crumbled blue cheese right into the center of those apples. And you can really use any variety of blue cheese you want. You want to put in some Danish blue cheese or some Stilton, some Roquefort, whatever you want to put in there. What we're looking for is the pungency of the blue cheese, because that pungency combined with the honey and the apple together gives us a really neat taste sensation. All right, mound it all up. And now we close the grill, and we're going to cook it a few more minutes until that blue cheese melts into the apples. All right, there they are. Those look perfect. All that blue cheese is just starting to get molten, and at the same time, the apples, you can see when I pick it up how that apple just has that little give, but it's still holding together just right. So I take them off the grill. I'm going to serve these alongside just some mixed up greens with a little balsamic vinaigrette. And the last thing you can do that just sort of makes this thing, oh, that much more yummy is to take a little bit of honey and just drizzle it across the top of those apples for a tiny bit more sweetness. And there you have it. This makes a great appetizer. And you know, it's not often that you have grilled apples, and definitely not often you have grilled apples stuffed with blue cheese. To get all the details on this recipe, go to betterbarbecueblog.com.